on the Pantless podcast.
In January of this year, there was a new YouTube show called the Pantless podcast.
I'm pretty sure that's when we had a youth director that was mental. I have no idea what you're talking about. Brutality.
Welcome to the Pantless podcast. And now your hosts, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. Welcome to the Pantless podcast. I'm Travis. This is Austin, or whichever side, because hey, but if we have to use my recording, you're on this side, because you're on this side of my screen. Hey, don't fail like you did last week. Well, welcome back. We're back again, episode 4 of season 2. If I'm not ahead of myself, I've got the episodes in front of me. Yeah. Welcome back. We missed you guys. None of you. Maybe one day. Yeah, I didn't watch. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna try to keep. We're so unpopular. We're getting copycatted. But and hey, and if you're out there listening to us and copying it, hey, contact us. We'd love to collab with you guys. We'd love to do something. I mean, we'll only lose you guys subscribers. If you want us to guest on your podcast or you want to guest on ours, come on in. We can always use. Correct. I never check it either. I check it while we're recording. So that's about once a week. So yeah, nothing. So what were we talking about? Oh, I thought you were gonna tell me. I'm just messing with you. No, they announced. I don't even know when this was announced. I heard about it today, about 2 hours ago. They've resurrected Diablo 2 Resurrected. It's coming out this year. They redid the old Diablo 2 on PC, and it's coming to all consoles. I am mega excited. I actually, about 10 minutes before recording, signed up for the closed technical alpha. This is a game that I literally have probably purchased, I'd say roughly about 50 times over the last 20 years. I've bought this game so many times. I'm over exaggerating, but I've bought at least 10 copies of this game. And it's only on PC. I always tend to lose either a disc or the CD key or something. I've lost the CD key most times. It's a cursed game in my opinion, for me. And that you're not wrong. It's probably one of my favorite PC franchises of all time. It's top down, like action RPG, point and click style. I'm trying to think. Did you ever play the old Gauntlet games? Gauntlet Legends. You had a pretty sheltered childhood, didn't you? What else? What other games were like this? Well, Diablo 1, 2, and 3 were like this. Gauntlet. God, what other game? Oh, did you play the Minecraft Dungeons? It Minecraft Dungeons was based on the playstyle of the Diablo series. That top down, move around and attack like from above. Yeah, Diablo 2 plays that's kind of was in that genre. I'm excited. I know some guys that I talk to that I play other games with who are equally as excited for this. I own this game on my current computer, and I play it from time to time, but the servers were shut down years ago, so you can't play online. You can only play single player. So, but like I said, I've been playing this game for so long, and now that it's coming back, and it's doing cross-play and cross-progression, so I will end up buying it twice when it comes out. I will buy it on my computer and my Switch, so that I can switch back and I can use basically the same characters on two consoles. I am like mega excited. So, what have you been up to? God, cold. Ugh. Made it where? Life. Okay. Hey, almost. Ooh. Is that how long it was spewing before you found it, or before you could get it stopped? Weren't you just bragging about having that, and that's how I should fix all my problems? And now, look at you. Oh yeah. For the people watching or listening, before we started, before we started this, he was literally bragging to me about having that at his feet so he didn't get too cold. Because I was making a comment about not wearing, about I'm wearing my jammy pants so that I stay freaking warm. Tired of being cold. Hey. So I just want to inform our viewers and listeners that Austin isn't always that bright. He has his moments of not too smartness. That's a Oklahoma term. That's, you know. So, yeah. Yeah. So, unless you guys haven't noticed, it's cold here. We've been frozen for the last 2 weeks. I left my house for the first time Thursday. Like, Thursday was the first time I left my house in over a week. So, and then I had to go to work for 2 days and be cold there. So, yeah. When I stepped inside where I work, it was inside the building was 32 degrees, 34 degrees. Inside the building. Driving, when I got in my car at 5:30 this morning to drive to work, my car was registering a -2 on the dash. I didn't even realize my car registered negative temperatures. That was friggin' ridiculous. Yeah. Uh, yeah. What I'm hearing now is we're into the 50s and 60s for the next week. Yeah, let me go grab something real quick.
Retro movie review.
Heck yeah. So I want to. So I. So I. So your wife loved it. Okay. Okay. I honestly wanted to hear your honest opinions on the movie, even though I didn't really tell you anything. I feel like I told you nothing about the movie. And for for the three men in this movie, if I would have told, did I even tell you who was in the movie ahead of time? You wouldn't have thought these three gentlemen play these three roles. Heck yeah. See, I didn't know that. Oh, he was. I mean, it it was it's. I mean, for what it was, great movie. The other movie I was The Birdcage with Nathan Lane and Robin Williams. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that one because I couldn't find it anywhere streaming, and I don't own it. Or I have this one on DVD because this is one of my wife's. This is one of my wife's favorite movies. I had never even heard of this movie. This movie released in '95. I didn't watch this one till mid 2000s when me and the wife got together, and I'd never heard of. Yes, this because you got to realize this was in the mid '90s, back when Robin Williams was in everything. There's like a span of movies where Robin Williams, he was. You'll watch a movie from the '90s and he'll just show up, say two lines, and then just leave, and you don't see him again. And you're like, all right, what's going on here?
Like Stan Lee and his cameo.
Yeah, it's like Stan Lee in Marvel movies, you know? You're sitting there watching movies like, where's Robin Williams? But yeah, great movie. I love it. It has a lot of... Do what? I can pull it up because I'll pull that up here in a minute. I've got the Metacritic up now. It only drew a 60 from the critics, but an 8.5 in the user. So that's they're garbage. So, I always let Common Sense Media always cracks me up because they try to do like a one-liner to explain an entire movie, and it says drag queen road comedy has some stereotypes language. Now I will say there is some racial terms thrown around in this movie, but what can you do for a '90s movie? You know, I watch a lot. It was. Mm-hmm. What? Yeah. Yeah. I watch a lot of older TV, like a lot of old movies and old shows, and I hear a lot of things said that's like, that was okay back then. So let's jump into this Common Sense Media here. This should be interesting. Positive. I probably won't be able to read most of this. We're just gonna have to. I'm guessing. Positive Messages got a 2 out of 5. Don't worry about whether people accept you. You must take chances because you never know what will happen. Stereotyped ideas about gay people and drag queens are shown for laughs. Yeah, there wasn't much comedy in this movie. It was a real serious movie. Positive role models and representations, 2 out of 5. I don't agree with that. I think it was a little bit more. The trio of main characters is diverse and models strong bonds of friendship and loyalty. Vita especially models patient mentoring and always tries to help others. I'm not going to read all this. That's way too many words. Basically, there are some pretty good role models in this. I don't agree. Yeah, I think it should have been higher. Violence. She beats the crap out of that one guy that was beating his wife. 3 out of 5. Several scenes implied domestic abuse. A wife cries frequently and has a black eye. I don't want to read most of this because it might give it away to our viewers. If you haven't seen this movie, I don't want to. Basically, there's some violence. I don't want to ruin the movie because I feel like some of these. This one, I was talking to somebody at work about this movie. The next one, it says sex, which is a 2 out of 5. There really wasn't any sexual stuff in this movie, which is really kind of for what the movie is. It's not there. It says a couple of drag show performances with some sexualized dancing and posing. A brief pantomime of sex with grunting. I don't remember that. I missed that part. Reading aloud of a romance novel mentions making out and insatiable lips. That's what John Legg was when he's reading that comic book in the car. Mention of a married couple not having sex, which that's just life. Man speculates about men having sex with women. Men having sex with men. Nothing graphics mentioned. Growing attractions. Mild flirtation. And brief kisses between an adult couple. This is like the least sexual movie from the 90s, alright? And it's about... I agree. Language was a 3 out of 5. I would have given this a 4. There were some pretty... Yeah. Yeah, some of the slurs used, which they're all... Yeah, there were some pretty... There was brief racial slurs. Brief. But they were there. I don't think... For the words used, I think that could have been a 5. Because I would not let my kids watch this movie because of some of the stuff said in this movie. No, it doesn't. Yeah. They consider this a comedy, but I don't consider this a comedy. Consumerism is a 1 out of 5. A vintage Coke billboard has a slogan altered. Drinking, drugs, and smoking, 2 out of 5. A few scenes take place in bars, and a man orders bourbon, but very little drinking is shown. Adults drink umbrella drinks by a pool, with no mention of what's in them. Adults drink wine at home and exhibit mildly drunken behavior. Mention that a woman is an alcoholic and took to the bottle as soon as she could swallow because of low self-esteem. Now, did you recognize the not that lady, but the lady that didn't talk that Wesley Snipes' character takes an interest in? Do you know? You want me? You want me to give you one of her quotes from the movie that I know she's in? Laces out. The first Ace Ventura. She's Ray Finkel's mother in the first Ace Ventura. Mm-hmm. That's the only movie. I've never seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. I don't. I. I. I can look it up real quick. So, honestly, uh, oh, yeah, the younger boy that picks him up off the side of the road. I didn't recognize that. I think my I hadn't seen that one. Hmm. Yes. That's what else she was. Okay. Hmm. So the other movie she was in, I don't understand why I didn't recognize who she was. She was the librarian in Ghostbusters. When she's the lady that's in like the card catalog at the beginning of I think the first Ghostbusters movie. And like that ghost and she like freaks out and passes out. She was that lady. Um yeah, Ghostbusters 1984. Uh Alice Drummond was her name. Um the lady that plays uh Carol Ann, her husband was beating her. Her name Stalker Channing. My wife said something about she was in I want to say she was in like The Craft or something. One of those movies. What was one? Practical Magic. I'm sorry. Yes, Grease and Practical Magic. I don't know why I said. That one's got. I'm clicking on it now. That one's got Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. It was not made in '98. It's been a while since I've seen it. So, yeah, this lady was in Ghostbusters. I can't believe I didn't recognize this. That was one of the movies she was in. She passed away in 2016. She was 88 years old. Yeah, she was Miss Finkel in Ace Ventura. Have you ever seen the movie Awakenings? I haven't seen that one. It was a 1990 movie. Wow, she had... The last movie she was in was in 2011. It was a short movie called Open House. I don't know that one. Yeah, it's a short. Never heard of it. It just says Open House short, so that's the last thing she was in. That was in 2011. I don't think she's in one. I don't want to mention that. It's gonna get me canceled. No, it's just a bad person was in that movie. Cosby. She was in the... So, yeah. But we kind of tangent off there. Tuong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Great movie. I'll watch it. You'll enjoy it. We'll have to find another movie to... Got any suggestions on something we should watch? The wife threw out a different one the other day, and I can't remember what it was. We'll have to collaborate together throughout the week and figure out what we want to... Yeah, I have a movie. I mean, we could start throwing down on some old animated films, some old Japanese films. I'm always down to... I mean, well, there's... Okay, so the creator of, well, Studio Ghibli is one of the studios that we watch a lot of their movies. Hayao Miyazaki is the creator of that studio. He's made a lot of movies throughout. I mean, I think he started making movies in like the 70s. Don't quote me. I don't know. But one of my favorite animated movies of all time, My Neighbor Totoro. I think it came out in the 80s. Great movie. He's made probably 100 movies. And Disney, he got with Disney to start translating a lot of those movies from the original Japanese into English dub. And there's one of his movies, Howl's Moving Castle, which you should watch it. Disney was in charge of doing the translation, and they used Christian Bale, Billy Crystal, and some other pretty big name voice actors to do the English dub of the movie. Great movie. Maybe that's one we should... I mean, it would be a cheap movie, because I've watched that movie a ton. I mean, we might just watch it tomorrow just to put something on, you know. But I think the kids were talking about watching My Neighbor Totoro tomorrow. Yep, that was the first movie of his that I ever watched. No, second movie. Yes, it's a great one. It my my Discord profile picture, that white mask face, that what that's No Face from Spirited Away. That's the mask of a character from Spirited Away called No Face. That's that's his line. That uh, uh. Yeah, he's my second favorite Studio Ghibli character. Well, he just doesn't talk. He just makes grunt noises. Yeah, like my favorite character. I don't actually. I have a picture of my favorite character from it all. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. My daughter drew it. It's a cat bus. No, you can't. You can only see my cream of the crop. My, my hand-drawn, framed photo. No, Cat Bus was in My Neighbor Totoro. Probably one of my favorite characters in all of film. Awesome character. Another character that has no speaking lines, just makes very awkward cat sounds while it gallops on its 7 or 8 legs across the countryside with people riding in its back because he's a bus, but he's a cat, but he's got seats and doors like a bus, but he's also a cat. Cat bus. Yep. No, not. It's not cat dog. Let's. It's not. Let's not. Oh man, I haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl. I know, me too. So. Man. Man. Uh, he's hurt. You just. You just. Really? Uh, that's what there was one of the guys in my in the hockey league that did the same thing to me. He was hurt, but he was still kind of half playing. But he was so mad where he was. I don't remember where he was at, but he was mad about something about the way they were treating him and his injuries. So he's like, "I'm not playing until I'm traded." So they traded him to Ohio, to the Columbus team. He got healthy, but they're like, "Oh, because you went from I don't know where to Ohio, you don't have to quarantine for 14 days." And you can't play until you've been in that city for 14 days, locked in a tiny room. And he was my highest scoring forward. And I didn't have him for 3 weeks. Freaking, like, grown ass man. But I've got. This is today was the second day this week that I've had more players than I could field. I have to bench. I had to bench a guy that just drew 19 points, which he only drew 19 points. But I had John Collins only scored 4 points for me tonight. It's like, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, just to make them mad at me. I'm trying to remember where did it get vetoed. It says trade accepted, but I voted. I'll vote again. Oh, I've already voted. Already vetoed. It's already logged my veto. That's if Sean actually went through and vetoed it. It's funny. I just saw on here on the transactions, Sean just dropped Tim Hardaway Jr., which I think he's been, I think, on every team in the league at this point. I had him for a while. Yeah. Flint had him. I had him, and yeah, Sean dropped him. He's been on 3 teams this year. Like, you look at his stats and you're like, yeah, he's had some good games, and you pick him up and he just lays goose eggs on you. It's like, well, that sucked. My problem is I have players that are averaging good averages, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep them, and then they lay a goose egg on me, and I'm like, I hate you all. And then I'm like, oh, I'll just hold on to you for a while, then in a random game they'll have a frickin' baller game, and it's like, oh, well, alright. Van Fleet had that 100-point game and has only surpassed 50 twice since. And that was almost a month ago. Mm-hmm. And that was yeah. You have a empty slot in your utility right now. You go. No, you didn't leave. You didn't leave anything on the bench. Yeah, your utility's been empty the last couple of days. I always just keep my lineup full. I just always do. I guess it's just a point of... That's just how I do things. So... I have not. We've been watching, we've been sitting watching, an anime series from the 90s on Funimation. And I keep mentioning about wanting to watch WandaVision, but we end up just watching Rurouni Kenshin instead. What is this? The first 8 episodes going to come out, and we won't get another season until next year. Yeah. I need to... Oh, yeah. What a loser. Come to find out, the Joker's not just one man. He's actually 3. I think it's a one-off. I think it's like a what if series. My brother got that for me for Christmas. I actually have not read it yet. Cause who has time to read? Not this guy. Yeah. I'm inactively trying to collect this series. Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard? Do you know who Neil Gaiman is? Okay, he's probably one of my favorite authors ever. I love the guy. Have you ever watched? Okay, so trying to remember. There's a movie out called Stardust. Did you watch the? I think one is. I don't remember if it was Amazon or Netflix. That show called American Gods. No, it was on HBO. That was his. There was another. There's an Amazon Prime miniseries called Good Omen that he co-wrote. A lot of his stuff has gone to actual movies, but he writes. God dang it, I can't remember because I've read all of his stuff. He has Neverwhere was good. He did some minor writing for Batman in the early 2000s. He's best known for Sandman, which that's a graphic novel that he did in the 90s. He's got see here, Ocean at the End of the Lane, Graveyard Book, Stardust. Oh, have you ever watched the animated movie Coraline? I think Tim Burton did that movie. Yeah, he wrote the book. That's a Neil Gaiman book. I've not read that. I've tried reading that book a couple times. I'm just not a fan of it. It's not my favorite one of his. Neverwhere is probably my favorite one he's done. And Graveyard Book. Graveyard Book's weird. It's the book follows a boy that is raised by ghosts in a graveyard. He's an orphan, and he stumbles upon upon a graveyard, and these ghosts kind of adopt him, and gets raised by these ghosts in a graveyard. I don't know. What that called? Yeah, it was a great book. I love that one. I need to read Ocean at the End of the Lane. He also has a book called Norse Mythology, where he actually goes through and chronicles and documents all accurate Norse mythology. Like, actually tells the actual stories of Thor and Odin as told by the Norse themselves, and not what was told by Marvel. And I read that one like the week it came out on Audible and loved it. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Got any music that we should add to our playlist tonight? I have another one. Didn't you send me some of their music a while back? Cause you sent me some music about a year ago, maybe not that long ago. That doesn't sound familiar. No, it doesn't. No, that doesn't sound familiar. No. Cause I know you gave me. God dang. I know you gave me. Hopefully that doesn't play music and get us in trouble. I know you gave me. So I don't even know where it's at on my computer. I don't even know if it's on this computer, to be honest with you. I know you. I know you. I know you sent me. Gosh, what's that guy's name? The guy. Brian Head Welch. You sent me his stuff, which I love his stuff. So, I have a song you need to listen to. Oh, I do have. There it is. I have that album, actually. I overlooked it. Violence and Destruction, yeah. I have it on my computer here. Coconut Dracula? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll look them up. I got one for you. You listen to much Lindsay Sterling? Wrong person. No, she's a violinist. I, yeah, yeah, close. You got one. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, so I was listening to my just random playlist, and one of her songs comes on. She has a song featuring I can't remember. I can't pronounce the one guy's name. It's Rivers Cuomo and Lecrae, called "Don't Let the Feeling Fade." Don't let this feeling fade. Really good song. You should look it up. It's off her Brave Enough album. Uh, really good song. You should honestly listen to the entire album. There's a song on there. I think you should listen to their song, Where Do We Go? I think if you listen to the words of that song, I think you'll be like, huh, that makes sense. But yeah, listen to some Lindsay Sterling. No. I think the main lyric says, "Where do we go when our prayers are answered?" But the answer is no. It's like, oh, well, first time I heard that song, I was like, that makes sense. I just gave the song away, but yeah. Yeah, that's like the main. Yeah, they're both the two songs I just mentioned are off the Brave Enough album, which is on Amazon Prime. Uh, that's fair. Uh, yeah. So, what song from Islander were you talking about? What's the? What's the? You said Violence and Destruction was their album that I have. Was it called Freedom? Yeah, because that was released in 2020. Yeah, it's a single. Oh, it's not even on. So I guess they're no. Oh, The Outsider. That's her. Okay. I can't listen to it because it's on Amazon Unlimited, and I don't have that. I'm cheap. Oh yeah, who's right there on the front page of this? I'm up. Idiot. Yeah. think I've heard of them, but don't know much about them.
They have a song "When the World Gets Cold." I think you'd really like it. You should definitely write that down. I don't know if it's new. It's new to me. I just heard it.
What's the name of the band?
Trivium. Trivium.
Sounds so familiar.
They've been around a long time. I say long time, but at least 12 years.
Until the World Gets Cold?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to my...
When did I come out?
that was... 2015? It's on their album... It's on the album Silence in the Snow.
Like I said, it's
2015.
never heard it.
You never heard the song?
No, I had never heard that song.
So you're telling me to listen to a song you've never heard of?
No, I just recently heard it.
That's
And I just recently heard that song, and I'm like, oh, this is really good. But I just didn't know if it was like Grant's making new, or if I was listening to an old song or what.
what style are they? Are they hard?
I would say they're like metal.
Are they soft metal or medium metal or heavy metal?
They are.
I'm guessing medium.
I don't know. You just have to listen. I can't.
Okay.
I hate music genres. It's hard to describe. They shred.
Oh.
Not necessarily.
That. So you're telling me they don't scream?
Right.
Okay.
And maybe they do, just not all the time.
That's fair. I can get into that. Oh, where do you go? There's a YouTube channel I watch. Did I watch that one? Yeah, I did watch that one. There's a reaction channel I watch here on YouTube. It's a pastor and his son that they react to Christian and secular metal bands. They'll watch and listen to the music, and then they'll talk about it afterwards. And they did one. I think, did I tell you about Brutality last week? I think I want to tell you that they reacted to the Brutality, but they also did a Conviction song. That look up a song from Convictions called "The Price of Grace." I was almost in tears listening to this song. I will warn you, the song you will hit like a mix of emotions. Actually, I'll share this reaction video with you over Messenger here. You know, I don't know how to do that on my phone, so I'm gonna send it to you over Messenger, and then I've got my recording stuff up, so I can't jump into Discord right now.
You don't have Discord on your phone?
I do, but it doesn't work very well. Yeah, I don't do much technology stuff. I don't do much technology stuff outside of YouTube. Like watching YouTube videos off of my computer. If I'm not on my computer, I don't really do much of the emails and Twitter and all that.
Here is my computer time. I am seldom on my computer. 99% of everything I do is on my phone.
I've been on my computer a lot lately because I finally have a working, good computer that I can do stuff on. My computer is actually worth using, so I don't even turn it off anymore. I just leave it on, and I'm constantly on it.
The government decides to give us more money for stimulus. I think we'll actually get a new computer.
If they give us more money for stimulus, I'll buy you a new computer.
You've got 700 gifts with me.
They can not. My kids can just. Most of my kids love eating ramen noodles, and that's like 10 cents a package. I think I can afford it. So, I think that's good. I think that's gonna wrap us up for this week, Austin. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think so. I got anything else really interesting?
No,
Follow us on whatever podcatcher you have. If you're listening to us on podcast, follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
All of our links and everything are in the description of our videos or our podcasts. So,
yeah. I mean, if you guys have any movies that you want to see us talk poorly about, give it give it to us early in the week. Let us know where we can find it. We'll watch it if we haven't seen it. We'll watch it and we'll talk about it during the show. So,
like I said, get like 6 of your friends together and pitch in a couple bucks a piece and rent Willy's Wonderland from Redbox streaming. It is hilarious. It is just
so you said that's the only. Is that the only place you can find it?
and voodoo too. And voodoo. But nobody really has voodoo. They went to that scare when everything closed down. Like, yeah, we're not going to be voodoo anymore. For some reason, they stuck around. So, like, I'm picking out these voodoo movies. Like, hey, did these deals? You can download 5 new movies. You buy this movie. I've got like a whole bunch of old Independence Days in there. Perfect Storm, I think, is in there. Got a whole bunch of movies in voodoo.
I don't think I've put anything in there. I don't take stock in a lot of that stuff, so I'm out on that one.
This technology.
Yep, there you go. So, well, I think that's
Let us know what to talk about. We'll definitely bring it up if we read it. Blow us up, at us, and everything.
yeah.
We have to scan
I
us on Twitter, at us on YouTube, email us, jump in Discord. Eventually, we'll see it. Stalk us, find us on Facebook, and message us.
hey, yeah, sounds good.
It might work. It might work.
I mean, eventually.
If we don't have mutual friends, I will be tagged in.
All right, well, I guess we'll catch you guys next week. Brr.